we talked about our favorite store-bought cookies. What's our favorite homemade cookie? Like the ones that our family would make.
Oh, I love your almond crescents, Ash. Those are my favorites. Like the
Those are
Mexican
pretty
cakes.
solid.
Those are Sarah's favorite too.
Also, I like the shortbread jammy Dodgers that I make.
Yes.
The cookies y'all make are top tier. I'm a big fan of the cookies that y'all make when we get some of those.
Yeah. My mom's always made those almond crescents. For those that don't know what they are, they're also called Mexican wedding cookies, I'm pretty sure.
They're just like an almond cookie that's rolled in powdered sugar when they're cooked. So it's like delicious.
All right. So my favorite cookie, my homemade cookies. Because my family doesn't bake. My family doesn't cook. My family barbecues. That's about it. So
it's a steak cookie.
No. So one of my really close friends when I was a kid, Clay, his mom made the best chocolate chip cookies in the universe. They were bigger in size than your average cookie. And I forget, she used something in the batter. I think she used like yogurt or something. It gave it a texture that was like always soft. Like they never got stale. They were always soft. They're incredible.
It's funny. I have one of my buddies' moms in high school. We would he would always rant and rave about his mom's chocolate chip cookies. And one day I saw the way that she would prepare them, and as she took them out of the oven, she would put them into a Tupperware, and she had lined the bottom of the Tupperware with slices of bread.
Yeah,
so
you put bread in it.
Yeah.
Cookies would absorb that and not get stale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, our first void chicken hatched.
Yay!
Oh, I want to see it. Does it look different?
Yeah, it's a little black chicken with red eyes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a little...
He's going through a phase, all right, Mom?
Yeah, I had an old boss that used to send some of his team holiday cookies, and I swear, man, he must have. I mean, it must have taken him forever because he would.
Yeah, I think him and his wife go through a monthly preparation because it's a stupid amount of cookies.
It's a stupid amount of cookies, and they're all super ornately decorated. It was homemade Oreos that he would then dip into peppermint frosting, basically, and
that's pretty cool.
Oh my god, things with peanut butter, rolled peanut butter balls, and just
give me anything with peanut butter. I'm into it.
So that's why they call you Mr. Peanut Butter.
That's why. One word.
Have you guys
Mr.
been
Peanut
watching the new BoJack?
Nope.
Not yet.
I'm 4 seasons behind.
Oh, Mr. Peanut Butter cracks me up
the best part, man. Paula Tompkins is the best. PFT.
The last season when he was when he got in a fight with the skunk, I lost my shit. I lost my shit. It was so funny.
I like it when he runs for mayor or governor.
Yeah, but this season, something happens. I'm not gonna say what, but Mr. Peanut Butter tries to relate. And then when he's telling the story, he realizes that it's happened to him. But it's this realization that happens, but the story that comes with it is just, I could not function afterwards. I was dying so hard from laughter. Also, by the way, today's my birthday. No big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Well, it's not a big deal then.
What are you doing, guys?
I have been chasing Ash this whole time, just walking behind him and following everything he does. He just ran behind a tree and hid from me. It was pretty good. Oh.
Yeah, cute.
All right, I'll see you later. But yeah, so when it comes to BoJack, I only watched the first season, and it's just one of those shows that it just bums me out, man. It just bums me out.
Yeah, I mean it has a good balance between lighthearted and heavy storytelling.
Yeah, I feel the heavy episodes always manage to put enough humor in it that it never gets completely bummed out.
Also, the adventures of Todd and Mr. Peanut Butter are always worth a watch.
To me, it's like I feel like half the episodes are like the Fry's dog episode of Futurama. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they end on a super bummer, and I'm like, oh come on,
Yeah.
How else you gonna
that's
win
like
them
the whole show.
Emmys, man?
It's true.
right?
Gotta
Well,
win them Emmys, bruh.
And like my thing is like I only have so much capacity for just hyper depressive stuff.
I know, dude. I watched half of Handmaid's Tale this season, and I have not gone back. I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm not in the right headspace, and I can't do it.
Sarah keeps telling me I need to catch up on that one, and like I want to because I love that show. It's fantastic. It's well made. It's very poignant.
Yes.
It's very timely. But also, holy crap! If it doesn't just break you down.
I know.
I
it's
got
like-
back
it's
into
like
Better
Leftovers,
Call Saul.
you know?
Better Call Saul is where it's at now.
I've never watched any of Better Call
Oh,
Saul.
so good.
I have
I
the
think
same
it might
issue.
be better than Breaking Bad.
Okay, now that's
I have the
insane.
same. I have the same issue with Better Call Saul as I did when I first tried to watch Breaking Bad. In that it just seems slow at the beginning, and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into it.
Well, that's just, I mean, because Breaking Bad, I've tried rewatching it before, and like, it's a great show, but it takes so long. Like, the only reason I even watched it the first time through was because people were insisting, no, this is like the best show that's ever been made. You gotta watch it. And it took forever for that show to get going. And when it does, it's incredible. But
It
yeah.
took me 3 tries. It took me 3
Yeah.
tries watching it.
Yeah, I
before
think the
finally-
first episode of Breaking Bad, yeah, same deal. It took me a while to actually get through it.
The same thing with The Wire. The Wire did
Yeah.
the same thing.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah.
like, The Wire's the best thing ever. It
I will
starts
say
slow.
The Wire is one of those shows that very much varies wildly season to season. On
Right, because it's
they
like
do-
different point of views from different seasons. and
Exactly.
different characters and stuff.
I'll also say that I think with Breaking Bad in particular, it's like it's super slow and super depressing, but like really well written and really intense. So it's worth it. But at the same time, if a show can't get you really quickly, like if it doesn't get you in the first episode, you're like, nah, I'm not interested. That's the show's fault. That's not your fault. Like I've in the past told people like, no, just give it a couple episodes with shows. And I'm getting more into the space of like, if you can't sell me on your show right away, then you don't deserve me to watch
That's
the rest of
how
your show.
like Parks and Rec is. Just like everybody's like, wait until the second season. I'm just like, what's the point if you have to wait until the second season for it to get good?
Well,
Like,
because because it's basically it was a reboot second season. The first
No, I know,
season
I
they
know,
realized
but it's
then
Oh,
just tell
shit,
people
we
to
screwed
start
up.
in the second season.
That's what we do. That's what you
But,
do.
well, so like don't say like, oh, just wait until the second season. Like, no, skip the first season.
Yeah, and you can
Watch the
Parks and
recap.
Rec is definitely a show where you can just skip the first season, and it's amazing.
What I know that, but I'm just saying like that's just how I feel for a lot of shows that people are like, you should
Sure,
watch this,
sure.
but like they're also like, oh, you gotta wait until the second season before it actually like
Before
picks
it picks up.
That's-
Before it hits its stride.
Yeah.
People say the same thing about Always Sunny as well.
Yeah,
I think the first season of Always Sunny is pretty
Yeah,
good.
I
but
like the first season
but
as
it gets
well, but
better
it's
when
very
Danny DeVito
different.
comes in.
yes, it's
Because Danny
very
DeVito
different.
sort of rounds it out.
Well, and the first season is a little more grounded. Like, it's still ridiculous, but it's a little more like these could be just real people who are bad people. By the second or third season, Charlie's character becomes so ridiculous, and like they so play up that like he's just not intelligent. Like he's a completely different character than he is in the first season of that show.
Oh yeah,
In the first season of the show, he's like a normal dude. You know, there's nothing about him that really jumps out as being like excessive in any way. Dennis is less creepy. Mac is pretty much the same. D's
Mac.
pretty much the same.
maybe
I love
Mac's a
how much-
little bit less gay.
I
I love how much Mac has transformed his body throughout that show.
Oh yeah, like a lot.
oh my
That's
god,
pretty
he's so
impressive.
ripped this season. It's insane.
It's pretty impressive that he actually did that.
Yeah, he actually that he actually gained all that weight for that one.
Yeah, it's so fat. I like the episode when it's Fat Mac and him and Dennis are just wearing like Tommy Bahama shirts and eating like trash bags full of chimichangas, and they just keep injecting themselves with insulin.
Oh
Well,
god.
he's bulking up, man. He's got to bulk up.
Gross.
He had to put on 200 pounds of muscle.
It's just mass.
It's just mass, man. Just putting on mass.
But I keep telling myself, ever since I turned 30, been putting on mass. Once I turn 40, then I'll do something with it.
Is that how that works? Is that how metabolisms work?
That's how it works. I'm no doctor, but that's how a guy in an alley told me that's how it works.
Oh, you know Allie?
Yeah.
Okay.
A guy
You know.
in an alley. His name is in an alley. A
Yeah,
guy.
his name's Guy, and
In an alley.
No, it's Guy.
And his surname
and
is
Alley.
McBeal.
Exactly.
Well, no, I mean that's his.
His full name, Guy in an Alley McBeal.
From the exactly.
Yeah,
The famous McBeals.
from the famous trash can McBeals. Everyone knows them.
There's nowhere this joke can go.
Nope, it's
No.
gone. It's the ship has
Just driven
sailed.
into the ground. It wasn't even a joke to begin with, and that's the twist.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, good night.
By the way, the last, I don't know, 6 episodes have been nothing but me fishing because there's nothing else to do, and
For
I'm
me-
not gonna stop until I catch a legendary goddamn fish.
For me, it's literally been I've been running around. I check on the plants. I check on my wines. And then I just scoot around for a little bit. And then once it hits about 4 p.m., I'm like, all right, it's nap time.
So I really hope that everybody watching is really into the cookie talk, the TV talk.
Because if you're not,
that's all
then what are
you're
you
getting.
doing? Why are you?
I mean, I run
getting.
around, give gifts, take care of the animals, and afterwards,
Yep.
I'm just like fishing.
Jonathan's
Oh,
on that
what-
gift-giving meta.
That fish was a real son of a bitch. I was gonna get him perfect until like literally at the last second he was like boop, popped up. I was like, you son of a, come on, come on,
You son of a fish.
son of a fish.
Come on, fishy. Work with me, fish.
So I watched The Matrix again.
Okay.
The first one?
The first one.
Okay.
It's a
How
great
was it?
movie. It's
Oh
fantastic.
yeah,
That
yeah.
movie
The
is
Matrix
so
is
damn good.
amazing. The Matrix 2 and 3 are terrible.
That's true, except I will still maintain that my favorite scene in any of those 3 movies is
Your
when...
favorite what?
My favorite
The
scene.
internet
You
just
completely
censored you.
cut out
The internet
as-
was like,
It went-
nope, you're wrong.
You
and
said-
we won't let people hear you.
You said my favorite, and then you were gone. What's your favorite, Ash?
My favorite scene in any of those 3 movies is when Morpheus cuts the SUV in half with a katana, which
Yeah.
is in the
Yeah,
second.
it's pretty good.
That's in the second one.
Like there are cool things in the movies.
Yeah,
like
there's
the
scenes.
vampire twin guys and stuff, and I like the way they're trying to represent like kind of like computer type stuff as people.
Yeah.
You know, but like the execution is just so bad, and the CG does not hold up at all.
No, that's the worst part is the CG.
like
just
especially when
when
Neo
Neo's
is fighting all the
Smiths.
yeah. It's so bad.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty bad. I forgot about that.
It's real bad. It's real bad. It's better in the last scene of the third movie, but like that early scene where he fights like 100 Smiths in that like little park after talking to the Oracle or whatever. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. The first one still holds up. It's
The
good.
first one is like legitimately. I think you could argue it's like a perfect
Because
movie.
it was
It's
yeah,
just-
because it was like you know, the Wachowskis weren't known. It was their first debut. Like the studio didn't have a lot of faith in them, so they didn't put like massive amounts of money behind the film.
Yeah.
So they had to work with what they had.
That's
you
what it
know,
really came
they-
down to. They worked within the I think having the restricted budget forced them to be more creative with how they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, and as a
Right.
result, I think it made them that creativity helped like force them to make a better
God
movie.
Damn it, fish! You're not even a legendary fish. Just get caught.
Yeah, every now and then there's a fish that's like they will be so easy to catch, and then all of a sudden just a normal fish is like, oh, I'm almost legendary. Not quite.
So speaking
just
about
testing
bad,
ya.
speaking about bad CG in movies, another one that I rewatched because I rewatched the first Tron. I told you all about that.
Yeah.
So then I watched Tron Legacy again. Still a great movie. Both Tron movies are great. But that's one of the first movies where they really were trying the concept of de-aging somebody, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So you have
Jeff
Bridges
Jeff Bridges
with
yeah.
them using like, you know, like because Disney obviously has got it nailed now with all the Marvel movies. Like, you know, I don't know if you've seen in the trailer for Captain Marvel, you can see Sam Jackson,
in
they
my
de-aged
spot.
him, all that stuff. But anyway, it's tough to watch
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
CG like that.
Like I'll say that the rest of that Tron Legacy still holds up
Oh,
pretty well.
it's gorgeous.
Like,
It's gorgeous.
A lot of it's still CG, but it's still like fun to watch.
Well, it fits. I mean, and if you want, like, because I just got done watching the first Tron, and it's like, no, it fits. Like, everything should be weird digital nonsense.
I just leveled up in fishing. Awesome.
You leveled up.
I leveled up. When's the last day of winter? Is the 28th?
Yep. We got 2 days.
Okay, there's something that I need to do on the last day of winter.
But yeah, part of me, Price, does wonder, you know, if in 10 years we'll go back and we'll watch, I don't know,
Ally
some of
McBeal?
these.
No, sure. No, sure. Some of the Marvel
Some
movies.
of these
yeah.
modern, like Star Wars, where they digitally injected.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Princess Leia.
I think that Leia looks like
Leia looks terrible.
She looks pretty bad already. When they injected her into Rogue One.
So does Grand Moff Tarkin. Grand Moff
yeah.
Tarkin looks so bad. I don't know why they didn't just cast a different actor. People would have forgiven the fact that it wasn't the Peter Cushing's. Like, yeah,
I know.
obviously the guy's dead. Come on.
It was weird.
Just
when I saw
recast
that.
the part.
But,
or, like, just not even have Grand Moff Tarkin. You could have found a way to get around it.
Like-
You could have.
I'll admit that it looks weird, but there is a part of me that it practically worked for me. Where I was like, I don't find this to be Uncanny Valley.
No,
I find this to, like,
and
look really realistic, but I'm having a hard time dissociating the fact that I know this person's dead.
see, for me, I could definitely. It was nearing the Uncanny Valley for me, but it was on the side of it's fine. Like, it wasn't like
It's
super
sad.
bad. But I'll say that in 10 years, when we look back on it, it absolutely will, because we'll have
Oh,
a
yeah.
much greater context to look at it from, right? Like, we'll have that experience of seeing much more realistic looking stuff.
I think it was the principle of it for me that pissed me off so much. Like, yeah, it didn't like take me out of the movie. I got used to it after a while. Like, it was a little jarring at first, but then, like, I was like, after seeing him in so many scenes, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the way it's gonna be. But knowing that they must have spent a shit ton of money to do that, and that it wasn't necessary. It's almost like just Disney flexing their CG muscles, being like, we're gonna do it because we can.
Yeah.
Not because we should, but because we can.
I
think
will
it's
say
more-
that they've
Don't.
definitely perfected it now, because Kurt Russell in Guardians was
Yeah.
damn near perfect.
Kurt Russell in
Yeah, that's true.
Guardians. What's his face? Why am I blanking on his name? He plays Hank Pym. Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas
Michael
in the
Douglas,
Ant-Man
yeah.
movies. Who else did they do it with? Oh, Sam Jackson in Captain Marvel. They're de-aging him like 30 years. There's lots of that in the Marvel stuff. I think it helps that they're using the same actors.
Yeah.
So they're
'Cause
able to capture their actual like expressions and everything. So like the face mapping fits it. Whereas
Right.
with these other movies, it's like a full-on CG puppet that they threw in there.
They can like
basically.
film Kurt Russell and then
Yeah.
go in and like de-age that Kurt Russell because they have that to draw from.
Speaking of special effects, this is a weird slight tangent, but it's within the realm. They released, so Venom comes out like next week. So by the time that this episode's out, Venom's been out probably. They released like a little teaser thing where you see Venom fighting a bunch of dudes. And it looks like it clearly looks to me like this was hand animated by someone, not
Interesting.
captured. Like not hand animated in the sense of like it was drawn, like hand animated.
No,
as in,
like, it was like, they had the rigging.
yeah, exactly. They rigged it and they animated it, and so like it doesn't look natural in the way that it moves. It looks very like deliberate.
Yeah.
Whereas like even the Hulk, they motion capture Mark Ruffalo doing all that stuff so that it fits. And I feel like I'm worried that Venom is going to look real clunky all the way through because they decided to just be like, nah, just animate it.
And the trailers don't look incredible. I haven't been blown away by it, and I'm really surprised that they've already got what's his name who's starring in it,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, to commit to like a sequel.
Really?
Yeah.
It should do well. I think it's a smaller budget one, and I think it's projected to do well.
Nice. I've had this conversation in the past, but I really like Tom Hardy. But
I do too.
Want,
He's amazing.
I want him to do a movie where he can use his normal voice, and I want him to be doing almost like a James Bond-esque or some sort of like action movie type thing.
So
where
you
it's
want him
not
to play the character he was in Inception, but just
exactly
for like a
That's
whole
exactly
movie.
what I want him. When he had that grenade launcher in Inception, that was like, this is the perfect scene for you, Tom
And
Hardy.
he
I
has
want you to do
insane
that
range.
forever.
Like, he
does.
has insane range. One of the first movies that I ever saw him in, and I didn't realize it was him until years after.
Yeah.
He was in the movie Titus, which was like William Shakespeare's Titus, starring Anthony Hopkins. But he was so thin and had long hair that, like, you're like, holy shit, that was Tom Hardy. Because the next thing I saw him do after that was Bronson. And the two
right.
roles could not have been more different.
Sure.
Like, his acting range is insane.
Yeah, he's very good.
So the fact that he's tied to this, frankly, it looks like a mediocre, Fox Marvel movie. It surprised me,
Yeah,
This one Fox or Sony?
it's Sony. It's
yeah,
Sony.
Sony does Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Fox does X-Men. It's so confusing to keep up these days.
Well, and now,
And now Disney's gonna do some X-Men, but probably not all of it. It's just gonna get even
we'll see.
confusing here.
Tonight, actually, after we finish this recording session, the Dark Phoenix trailer is supposed to come
The
out.
Dark
Yeah,
Phoenix,
I saw
that's right.
the poster today.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by it now that we know that the MCU is getting the X-Men, right?
Right,
Yeah.
but presumably this has
Spidey's
already been in
producing it.
production so much that it wouldn't have
Yeah.
any major story time.
I'm just wondering if now it's gonna, like, if the ending of it is kind of, all right, the
Gonna
X-Men
tie
are
in.
over. You know what I mean? Like, the universe has
Yeah.
been destroyed. Now it can be rebuilt, but with the good Marvel movies.